All right, we're walking in here, man. The boss pit's on fire. Listen to this. Listen to this. Let's go Oilers! Let's go Oilers! Wow, this is fucking crazy. Let's go Oilers! Yeah! Living the dream here. Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Let's go, dream come true. Hey everyone, welcome to the Game 6 recap here for the Stanley Cup Finals here on Frozen Oil. Once again, it's Rich, and I don't know. It's very difficult to just come on here and, try to make an episode for everyone that's subscribed to this channel and has been tuning in to Frozen Oil over the last 510 days. So it's been a long march. It's been honestly a very, very, very great journey up to this point. And it just felt after game 4 that destiny was behind us. And I was very, very lucky to have an opportunity to actually attend game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. And, the last time the Oilers won the Stanley Cup, I was 12 years old. And I remember it quite vividly, running over to the street corner and cheering on all the cars that would pass by, everybody honking, everyone so happy. And I just wanted that again. I wanted that for this city so bad. Again, to get this opportunity again, that, believe me, I am one that knows how lucky we are and blessed to have this opportunity, as a fan base, to potentially raise that cup again. And like I said, to defy the odds in game 4 and win that game and, rewrite history and, be the only team that's ever been down 3 goals after the first period and come back and win. It was my dream, as a sports fan, to go root for my Oilers in such a pivotal game like game 5. And just by luck, I got a call and I was going to the game. And the atmosphere was amazing. There is no fan that attended that game or attended outside in the moss pit or the watch parties all around town. Anyone that watched and took the time to support our team, whether it was here or whether you're watching from, abroad on TV, it didn't matter. Every single Oiler fan showed up for game 5. And it was just absolutely crushing for the performance that transpired after. So again, typically I don't know. I didn't even know if I was gonna do this video, but you know, once again, some sort of star alignment had to occur, other than the Oilers winning, um, which was, for the channel, we reached 1,000 subscribers today, and happens to also be, on Father's Day, which all fathers are there by Father's Day. It's such an important role all the fathers have out there. And big shout out to all the dads out there. Um, you know, but we hit the 1K subscribers. Like I said, it's been such a journey. 510 days, 170 videos, countless hours of learning and editing and attaching equipment and learning how to use it, getting everybody on board to, make this happen, because again, it was just magic in the air, it seemed last year, and it just continued this year. And I'm not gonna, pretend that I felt the Oilers were gonna be right back into the Stanley Cup Finals again. After cut so deep, has not even come close to healing, for many of us, anyways. And for us to be right back at this moment, and potentially now Vaxer hits the walls, it's do or die. And for us to be in this situation again, like I said, the wound from last year is nowhere near being close to being healed. So, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to potentially deal with what may come after Game 6. So, but for the sake of this channel and everyone that has taken that moment to subscribe to the channel and hitting the 1K mark, I felt personally I owed it to all of you to come on here and continue with the Game 6 recap. So we're going to do that right now. I wanted to make this episode, focused as much as possible around the fans. So when we get to Twitter X, a lot of the comments are just fans like myself, probably like most of you that are watching. Because, like I said, I wanted to create this thing to somehow make our voices heard as fans, hardcore fans, so passionate. I was so proud walking into the arena and just seeing all the Oilers jerseys, seeing how talented and names happy city. Just, it was rare. Everyone of you are cheering on the Oilers. Deserve a better results. And I'm sorry about that. And I'm gonna get on this episode. I know, believe me, I know there's a lot bigger and more important things going on in the world, especially right now. And hockey at the end of the day is just entertainment for most people. I see it differently. I just see the Oilers always for this city as just a catapult for everyone to bigger and better things. And we'll see what happens. But it doesn't look good after watching that game 5. I mean, Wayne and I touched on that in the last episode, how we felt divine intervention was involved and used for the Oilers. A lot of times during this playoff run, but it gets to a point where, I mean, you can't rely on simply that. You have to also, do your part. And it's those little things, it's those little battles. I mean, you're playing a rugged team that's already been to the finals 2 years in a row. And it's going to take a lot more for the Oilers to win Game 6 and take this to Game 7. So, I mean, hopefully that happens. But right now, I have to, after that long story that I just opened this episode up with, I got to prepare myself because I just don't know what I'm going to feel. And when I fully process, how many years other teams have waited for this opportunity, other fan bases have waited for this opportunity, I got to prepare myself for the worst. I have to. It's been so difficult cheering for this team. We are going to go now to Twitter X and see what our Oilers faithful have to say. So I have to say, a lot of these comments on Twitter X, since we started doing this, it's just so cool. The technology these days to just get everybody's opinion out there, get everybody's voice out there on what they're feeling, and we are gonna go and do that. So first one from Finn at Oilers Jays Can. I've used so many of Finn's comments, brought them to light here on the channel, and I'm gonna do it again. Diehard fans, shout out to Finn. And I saw so many people say that they wanted the Oilers to win it at home. Now's their chance, and I'm not giving up. Down against LA in 22, 3-2. Against Vancouver last year, the boys dug themselves out. They can do it again. Don't give up, my friends. It's not over. So, great one there from Finn to keep the hope. This one is from Stony at Stony Oil, another person that I've used many times on this channel when we go to Twitter X. And Stoney shout out to Stoney, and Stoney has to say, Oilers have played 5 finals games. They only have a save percentage of .900 once, and that was in game 1, .906. They won that game. And then game 2, 881, game 3, 861, game 4, exactly 900. They happened to win that one in overtime. And game 5, 0.778. So Stoney obviously not happy with either goalie and the goaltending in general. I've felt this team has deserved a number 1 caliber starting goalie since the second they drafted McDavid. That should have been their first kind of order of the day, which is find a starting goalie for the Edmonton Oilers. So we're not jumping around all the time in this discussion, hence, but here we are in the finals, still having this discussion. And I just feel that the amount of time they've had to resolve this issue should have happened. So shout out to Stoney there for the stats there. Then next one is from Oilers John. That was the worst playoff game I've ever been to in my life. I second the motion. How can the whole team not show up at home on a Saturday with the fans going absolutely crazy? I don't know. That is really a great question. I mean, the only thing I can potentially think of is that there is some sort of bug going through the dressing room and players are not healthy, they're sick, they're just not saying it. Um, and I mean, if that's the case and everybody's good for game six, then sure, yeah, there's a great, chance for a comeback. But I don't know. I don't. They seem healthy. I haven't heard any rumors about anybody being, sick or a bug going through the room. But so, I mean, I got to agree with Oilers John here. How they came out for Game 5 like that and gave us that effort makes absolute no sense to me. Next one from Ryan Whitney, avid Oiler fan, former Oiler. Florida wants it way more than the Oilers right now. On the heels, sitting back, losing every battle. Yeah, and that is exactly what the Oilers did. Did not seem like there's any fight in their game whatsoever. And they were just waiting for things to happen, and nobody did anything except the Florida Panthers kept piling on the goals. So, not a great team strategy for Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals, but that's what happened. Next one from Dave, Oilers underscore fan 30. Dave, shout out Dave. Again, used a lot of Dave's tweets in a lot of episodes. So he goes on to say, same garbage every game, every season. I'm just getting frustrated at this point. I don't know what the issues are anymore, and neither do I. Love this team, but this is getting tiresome. I still have hope, Oilers in 7, but this is just getting frustrating. And frustrating, I mean, it's a little bit more than frustrating after this level. But yeah, having McDavid and Draisaitl again, frustrating. Truly doesn't capture really the feeling that I'm feeling right now. That's for sure. Next one from Megan Chaika. Cats slowing down the Oilers. Looking at some of these stats, Oilers off the rush differentials in the first 3 rounds. Their shot attempts were plus 35. In the Cup final, they've been minus 12. Their scoring chances, plus 26. Cup final after 5 games, minus 2. And their goals off the rush in the first 3 rounds, plus 8. Cup final, minus 3. So statistically, things hit us nightmarish as say they do while you're watching games. Not great statistics. Next one here from Loyal to the Oil. Shout out Loyal to the Oil. You know what to do. Keep the faith. This was never going to be easy. We played its best 2 games. We're coming Panthers in 7, driving back. But I hope so. I hope so. I hope you're right. Sportsnet stats. Time leading in Stanley Cup final. Panthers, 200 minutes and 25 seconds. Compared to the Oilers leading in the Stanley Cup final, 33 minutes and 51 seconds. Think about that for a second. Think about this right here. Not sure what to say. When you see it like that, it's just staggering. When it's right in front of you, it's just staggering. Next one from Jake. At Oil Acumen, I picked Oilers in 7, which meant they had to lose 3. We'll see what happens. I hope you're right, Jake. Next one from DNL. Crosby was down 2-1 and 3-2 when he won his first Stanley Cup. This is just McDavid repeating history. Hope you're right, DNL. Shout out DNL. Another one from Oilers John. For me, Tuesday is pretty much Game 7. The Oilers were not losing in their home game. Win Game 6 and you win the Stanley Cup. I hope so. I hope so. Next one from Tyler DT. Shout out Tyler. Actually, just disappointed that the Oilers didn't even bother showing up last night. Massive game, and I didn't feel like any player on the team really challenged the moment. Just heads up in the sky. They know how to beat Florida, but if you're lazy and don't care, you're going to lose. I mean, I don't want to say lazy and don't care, but you got to amp your effort level up to, I want to say, a minimum of 4x, 5x. what we saw in Game 5. A minimum of 4x, 5x. Shout out Vince. Vince, Oilers _97. Blame the goalies all you want. F you haters. Oilers in 7. Love the optimism. Next one from Bedard Taco. Guys, I'm not strong enough to lose it all this year. Oilers, please don't do this to me. Think about the women and the children. I honestly don't even want to think about it. Yeah. I don't even want to think about it. Next one from David Staples. Shout out David Staples. The Oilers lost, not you. Yeah. Next one from Daniel Fika. Do not tell me that John Gibson is a worse choice than Skinner and Pickard. Goaltending is unacceptable. Both goalies continue to fail, and I don't even get me. And shout out Dan Fika. I know we just wanted to start it early. We'll see what happens. Next one from Let's Go Oilers. The Oilers have gotten out of much worse situations. It's not over till a team gets 4 wins. Credit the Panthers. They're a really good team. Coming back won't be easy, but it's definitely something this team is capable of. Hopefully they play how they played when down 3-0 last year. Again, keyword hopefully. Next one from Geekily Confused. I'm exhausted, mentally and physically. I know most of you Oil fans are too, but we're almost there. Just 2 more games. Get those positive vibes moving and into the team. Every bit helps. I can honestly say the Oilers fans are the best in the league and most passionate, 110%. For what we've had to deal through and go through, they are the best fans in the league. We are the best fans in the league. We are the most passionate fans in the league. To keep getting back to these monumental moments and still come together after, and it's just epic. Last but not least, Captain Jack. Shout out Captain Jack. Still a best of 3 to go. Oilers fans before the Stanley Cup Finals. Oilers fans after Game 4, and I'm definitely feeling like John Travolta in Pulp Fiction right now. Going through a heavily stressful moment. Yeah, so it's hard. It's tough. I feel like I've almost, I'm sure all of you do too. I mean, the effort involved in cheering on this team, the ups and downs, the stress, the, high blood pressure, the cab rides, the Uber rides, the expenditures involved in, watching these things. I mean, the time. It's been quite the war to this point. And like I said, hopefully for everyone, they can win Game 6 and force a Game 7. We'll see what happens after that. But it all depends on Game 6. So that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. And most importantly, go Oilers.
Professional hockey, the channel you need. Oilers on the ice, unstoppable speed. Chasing the cup, we're gonna succeed. With David leading, we're built to exceed.